Hi, so this is going to be my first actual training video. Happy Father's Day to all of you fur baby daddies out there. I'm going to be training my 6-year-old healer. Come here, Vid. So she needs some good training. This is not the one that's training to be my service dog, at least not yet. I have another dog that's being trained right now. She's a very good dog, a lot of energy, and she needs a lot of help. So I'm going to be basing a lot of the channel on her and progress on the on my dog that's training to be a service dog. So also when I end up training other dogs, if they are okay with it, I'm also going to be filming some of that training and posting it on here. So here we go. Come on, Vid. All right, Viddy. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Down. 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 Come on. Down. Yes. Good girl. Wait. Come. Yes. Good girl. It's a good girl. So what we're doing right now is some of the basics. Making sure that she knows how to sit, which she just did. Yes, good girl. And you want to always reward them. Yes, good girl. And we're going to get to the point where I'm not going to reward her with the treats as she progresses. Quiet. Quiet. Yes. That way she knows, come. Sit. Yes. Good girl. That way she knows, as you can see, she's full of energy and has a lot of training she needs. That way, she starts getting rewarded more on her progression, so she knows this is what's expected. And oh, you need me to do more, and that's where the treats are coming down. Yes, good girl. Vidia, come sit. Look at me. Yes, good girl. And a lot of the times you just need to do some repetitions for a few minutes on that. Up, Vidia. Up. Come. Come. Up. Come here. Yes. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Down. Yes. Good girl. So she popped up. It's my fault. She landed on one of our pavers right there. But you shouldn't reward it if they get up. Vidia, come. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. 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 Good girl. Wait. And having them wait. Back. Sit. Down. Yes. Good girl. Down. Wait. This part right here is a little bit further in training, but certain breeds, working breeds, are super intelligent. She's really intelligent, so they will develop things a little bit faster. Come, sit. Down. Yes. Down. Wait. And when you typically get to this point, down. Yes. Wait. You want to wait about 5 seconds and go up 5-second increments each time. Come. Yes. Who's a good girl? So you first want to get sit. Yes. And once she's good at sitting, or he, down. Down. Good girl. Good girl. Down. Yes. That's a good girl. You just want to keep working on these little repetitions. And some dogs it's going to take longer. Other dogs it's going to take quicker. Certain dogs like certain tasks more. And this right here is a perfect example of, yes, you can always teach an older dog new tricks. That's a false statement saying you can't train them. Yes, good girl. However, she's going to be 7 on Halloween, and she sometimes can run circles around my pit, which is my pit mix is the one that's currently I'm working with to be my service dog. Yes, good girl. Sit. As you can see, she barks a lot. Her energy goes other places, and if their energy goes places, and they're focused and they're starting to focus on something else, you want to be whatever's more exciting than what the dog thinks is exciting, like this. Hey, come here. Yes. See, I was able to get her attention back, because you want to be more exciting. Instead of yelling or getting angry or telling them no because they're getting focused on something else, you want to bring the focus back to you. Sit. Yes, that's a good girl. And that is the whole purpose of the kind of training I am trying to do. It's kind of like a balanced training, even though the old style of balance training gets a bad rap. My kind of balance training is there's none of the negative reinforcement. Everything's positive. So we got to make sure like that part's out. It's all positive. If they potty, don't stick their nose in it, or if they poop. You want to try to get their attention to where you want them to poop. So if they're doing that, get puppy pads, say, over here, until you can get them outside. Good girl, you're waiting, so patient. Down. Yes, good girl. And that is part of the positive reinforcement, because if they're scared, they're not gonna want to come to you. That's why when you yell at them, they run away, and if you're chasing them, they're running away. Yes, good girl. It's because they're scared, just like a child. So if you all of a sudden act like, okay, that's not right, but let's go over here, and you act excited for over here, they're actually like, oh, if I go over there, I could be rewarded. And now they want to do the right thing and want to try to learn. Yes, good girl. Up, up, yes, good girl. So you want to teach them up and then down. Good girl. And since I already have another command for down, you might not want to, and she didn't go down, that's my fault right there. You might want to use the words off, like up. Quiet, quiet, yes. Up, up, come. Good. Up, up. She's still working on some things. Up, come on, up, up, up. Come on, up, up. No, you don't want to? Okay. We'll work on that one a little bit later. That's something that she hasn't worked on, but teaching them up, or you can say pause up, and then get them down by going off or pause down. That's really good, helping them on their abdomen and their core area, helping them stay healthy. Wait. Come back. Sit. Wait. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Wait. Come back. Sit. Wait. Wait. Come. Good girl. So she doesn't want to wait if I'm going past her. That's something I can work on a little bit later. Another thing to help teach them is back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, sit. Good girl. See, I have not done that once with her yet, and she did it very well. My service dog that's still working on with that one. Sit. Down. Good girl. Sit. Down. Yes. And then some sign language. It's not like real sign language, but for like dogs so they can interpret it. It could be real, I don't know, sign language, but it really helps if you can use your hands and indicate. So this time I'm just going to use my hand. Come. So if you notice, I go like this. She immediately sat, wanted the treat. Then if I go like this, good. Leave the bug. Video. Hey, look at me. Yes. Look. And I haven't done this with her yet. It's always been with commands. Good. Yes, good girl. Got a bug on you? You got a bug on you? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yes. You're so good. You're so good. And it's really good to help stimulate their mind. They're going to actually wear out more if you do trainings and mental stimulation than physical. If you can integrate them together, it's really good. So for instance, I'm going to see if she can tell me to go to the right hand. Vid, where is it? Where is it? Yes, good girl. You see, nothing here. Treats right here. And then you go, touch it, touch, 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 touch. Good girl. So that way, open hand, you want her to touch. Close both hands, only have a treat in one hand. Keep switching them off and see if the dog can figure it out. They really love these mind games. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yes, good girl. So you want them to kind of learn. See, she's already sitting like a good girl. So now that she's already used to sitting, shouldn't reward as much, more on downs. But if I go like this, she's still learning that. So try and get her in that. Down. Good girl. And see, she went right back. That's a good girl, Vid. Yeah, good girl. And she keeps going right back. And you just want to keep rewarding this because this is the kind of behavior that you want. And if you notice, she kept running and barking, and instead of saying no or yelling or things, I go quiet. And as soon as she goes quiet, I reward her. So that way, she starts hearing those words. Oh, a treat comes with it, and that's the whole point of this. And you want to pick a word and stick with the word. You don't want to confuse them. You don't want to have more than 3 words at a time in your trainings. Mostly just one. Like with my service dog in training, if I say stay, that means they can't move. He can't move until I release him. And my release word is, let's go. Good girl. So you want to find your release words. I'm going to be doing that with Vidia here. I haven't done anything where she needs to stay and release and yet. I'm working on that with her. Now if you say wait, a wait is something they can break. You want to try and get them to wait up to at least 30 to 60 seconds, but small increments. And if they wait longer, that's even better. Sit. Good girl. And a wait is something, like I said, they could break. A wait is like, I need you to wait right there for a minute. You hurry and go somewhere and they can come back. If you're gone too long, they can break it and come to you. That's just something for a quick pause. You went down on your own. Good girl. And when you see things like this, you want to reward them immediately. Just like if you're walking with them and they check in with you, or you're walking with them, they're doing things good. Reward them. Good girl. But then if you tell them to stay, that's where if you're like at a doctor's appointment or you need them to stay in a room while you're cleaning another room. You need them to stay there until you release them and use the word let's go. Good girl. There's a lot more other trainings I'm going to be working on, but and showing you some really cool things, but she's doing so good. Working dogs, like I said, it doesn't take long, but they are full of energy, so they will bark. And if you notice, that's where I got high pitch. I need to sound more exciting than what she's looking at. And then once she realizes I'm more exciting and then she gets a reward at the end, it's twofold for the dog. More exciting, and I get a treat. Good girl. Wait. Come. Good girl. And if you notice, I just say come. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Look at me. Yes. You can even say, look at me, watch me. So if they get their attention, watch me. Yes. And all they have to do is look in your general direction or near where you are at. They don't have to stare you at the eyes. In fact, you don't really want to stare dogs mostly in the eyes because they can take that as an act of aggression. So you can look at them, but don't try and just stare down at them. And if they think it's an act of aggression, this is why I always say it's the parent of the pet, the handler of the pet. It's their fault if something goes on, is because we need to see those telltale signs, or we need to see if somebody's staring at them making them aggressive, or if they feel uncomfortable we need to take them out of that element, and that way we reduce the risk of their animal instinct coming out and bite. Oh, you're such a good girl. They're and biting someone, or territorial resource guarding. She is a huge resource guarder, including she tries to resource guard me. That'll be another training I'll probably do within the next couple of weeks, and showing you how a good way to help with resource guarding is. I hope this wasn't too much. Sit. Good girl. My first video was an introductory video. This is kind of an introductory to quick, easy steps like up or sit. Down. Good girl. I even added in one extra one, which is a lot when you're first starting in training. So when you're first starting in training, just work on the sit and down. Good girl. I wouldn't add the sit, down, wait. Come. Good girl. I wouldn't add that wait. She's seen me training a Jack, my service dog, so she kind of has a concept of wait. For the first week that you're training your dog, at least 15 minutes a day. Never do anything less than 15. And as you're working up to your training, I wouldn't do more than 30 a day. And I'd only do it a few times a week so you don't overstimulate them. I would just mostly work on the sit. Down. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good girl. So please message me, comment in the comment section below. Let me know what training, if you've done this training, and if it has worked, if it hasn't worked, if it's you adopted an older dog and you're trying to get it used to your house. These are essential for that, but there's actually a couple more I can help you with that. Just comment below if you want me to do those videos sooner than later. I'm already planning on doing some of the stuff for further down the road in training that could benefit an older dog that you just adopted, just because you got your 3 days, then you got your 3 weeks, and then you got your 3 months with adopting dogs. 3 weeks, they're trying to figure out where they are, their surroundings, or 3 days. Within the first 3 weeks, they're finally starting to settle in and starting to fit in, and then by 3 months, they actually have their routines and they're actually more normalized. So when you're adopting dogs, you might need to speed some of the training or skip some of this and do a little bit more like place. Like you want to teach them this is their place, or this is where you need them to potty until they've learned to hold it until you can get them outside if you don't have a dog for it. So anyways, come here, babe. This is my beautiful blue heeler, and she was adopted at 5 months old from the Humane Society, and she has just been a bucket of energy, and she's just full of love. She just has a lot of energy, and she's very protective. Anyways, can't wait to do more trainings with her, and do more trainings with Jack and other dogs in the future. Bye. Say bye, Vid. Good girl.